Hello everyone and welcome back to Ruby Lessons and Code Academy. So in the last lesson we were talking about more complicated methods and we had quite a longer video on it, so about double the length actually. But that doesn't matter, hopefully you guys understood it. If you didn't, I would like to remind you that you are free to ask in the comments down below and I will help you with anything that I can. And I will do that as soon as I can. But for today's lesson, we're going to be talking about blocks, and as it says here, blocks are like nameless methods. So most methods that you've worked with have defined names that either you or someone else gave them, i.e. array.sort, or string.downcase, and so on. You can think of blocks as a way of creating methods that don't have a name. So these are similar to anonymous functions in JavaScript or lambdas in Python. We did sort of talk about lambdas in Python actually. I'm not sure, I don't remember anonymous functions in JavaScript. Blocks can be defined with either the keyword do and or with curly braces, like most things can in Ruby. So check out the examples in the editor. Do they look familiar? Click Save and Submit Code to see if the blocks execute their code. So this does the same thing, or a similar thing as this. One.times, that just says do this once, and then do this. If you're only doing it once, then you don't even have to have that. But if you want to do it multiple times, then you can have it like 5, and it's going to print it out 5 times. There we go. So it's basically a block of code that you can do which you can do something on in a different way. So how blocks differ from methods? Let's talk about this. There are some differences between blocks and methods, however. Check out the code in the editor. The capitalize method capitalizes a word. So let's see. Capitalize string 0, so that's going to get the first character in the string. Dot uppercase. So it's going to make the first character of the string uppercase. And then it's going to print out the rest of all of the characters as they are normally. Okay. See hint for how this is done, and we can continually invoke the capitalize method by name. So also the string here we're starting at 1, so that's the second character and ending at -1, which is the very last character. I think we talked about this when we were talking about arrays. So, and this signifies start from here and here. And because we're in square brackets, it's talking about the indices. We can capitalize Mats, capitalize Eduardo, or any string we like to our heart's content. And if the first character is already capitalized, then it's going to have no effect. And if any of the letters in between are capitalized, then they're also not going to be affected, because all this does is just prints them out in their default state. However, the block that we define following the dot each, so let's find that, here we go. So this block here will only be called once, and in the context of the array that we are iterating over. So that's this array. You can have any array you want, you don't have to be defining it right here. You can have an array called names equals, and then you can put these names inside it. Just a second, so names, there we go. So this is going to do the same thing. Dot each, and we do that. Will only be called once. So this thing is only going to be called once, but it's still going to work as a method in a way. So it appears just long enough to do some work for each, then vanishes into the night. So if you're only doing something once, then consider using blocks instead of methods. If you're using a method more than once, so a block more than once, then consider using a method instead, because it's more efficient. Instructions, so makes sense. Click Save and Submit Code to see the magical marriage of methods and blocks. There we go. So as you can see, we've put these as lowercase at first, but what we get is an uppercase first letter. And that's exactly what we were expecting to get, so that's good. You can use both to achieve the same thing. You don't even have to use blocks or methods to do that. You can just do it differently without either. But there are different things. It depends on your style, it depends on the efficiency, which thing you use to do a certain task in programming, as I've said many times before. Using code blocks. A method can take a block as a parameter. So that's what .each has been doing this whole time. Taking a block as a parameter and doing stuff with it. You just didn't notice because we didn't use the optional parentheses. We are sneaky. So, Ruby Code Academy people are sneaky. Good. Fair enough. Passing a block to a method is a great way of abstracting certain tasks from the method and defining those tasks when we call the method. So abstraction is an important idea in computer science, and you can think of it as meaning making something simpler. And in computer science or programming, you always want to make things as simple as possible. Believe me. Imagine when you wanted to house hunt, you had to say, honey, let's go look at configurations of concrete, plywood, and vinyl siding. That would be crazy. Just like saying house simplifies listing its components. Using a block to define the task you want the method, like .each, to do simplifies the task at hand. So what that's basically saying is, instead of having to list everything out, you just say one thing, and the program knows what you mean. Instructions. Currently the second .each will print out 5 times. It will print 5 for each item in the array, and there are 5 items. Modify the block so it will print each item in the array multiplied by 5. So this is quite simple to do. You just do 5 times I, where I is for item. And each item is going to be printed out 5 times. So we have this comes from here, and this comes from here. We are multiplying 1 by 5, which gets us 5. 2 by 5 gets us 10, 3 15, 4 20, 5 25. And this is good. So that's it for today's lesson. If you enjoyed watching it, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe. It helps me out and encourages me to make more videos. If you didn't, then do give me a dislike. Also, if you didn't understand anything, either in this video or other videos, then please comment. I will make sure to help you out as soon as I can. But until next time, thank you so much for watching and goodbye.